All right, this is a weird one today. Yeah. So uh, I will start with a crappy analogy, uh, and then I'll shift it back to like actual literal sense. But I was walking around and I was thinking about how much I've been eating and the weight I've gained and even the exercise I've put in and lifting and trying to lose this weight. And it's been a real struggle, to be totally honest. I don't know what's different about this time. Life is good. I don't really understand. So I was thinking about that and I was like, I just wish I could flush all of this out. And of course, that's not how the body works. What goes in gets stored or worked off, and then what gets filtered out gets crapped out, right? And so uh, I was kind of thinking about that, and I'm like, okay, yeah, I think I might just need a cleanse, like a reset, like a fast. So I'm probably gonna do a very extended fast, and you know, it's when you do an extended fast, like 5 days, 7 days, 10 days, there is a point where you just stop going to the bathroom like a couple days in because you've used up everything and you've everything else has exited your body and you just don't need the bathroom. And that was kind of like the trigger. I was like, I'm sick of having to go to the bathroom. Like I wanted to go play disc golf and I had to run back home or whatever. So I was like, it's like this is annoying. I just don't want this crap, so to speak. And then, of course, on my brain is minimalism, and I'm like, oh, this table is jerky. Sorry if that was hitting things, but minimalism was on my brain, and I'm thinking about the things that I take in. I'm thinking minimalism with fasting, food, processing. So here's kind of what my little focus is on with like minimalism. And the last one I was saying was I was talking about how like just stop it at the door. Stop taking the things in so you don't have to be minimalist or minimize later. Just halt right at the gates. And it's kind of going on that because I think it's such a good concept. It's definitely like a next tier, intermediate, advanced minimalist level, which is like keep it at the gate. And it's just kind of like that law of physics or thermodynamics. I'm not really sure which one it is. It's just like what goes up must come down. Every action is an equal but opposite reaction. Like nothing is from something is never from nothing, right? So I think about that and I'm like, okay, well, my fat is because of something, and my I don't know what to say. It's like I am eating too much. That's how the human body works. My metabolism has slowed because my macros are out of whack. If you fix your macros, your metabolism's good. If you're eating healthy, more nutrient based energy, you'll work out more. Whatever. It all is like a what do they call that? Like a community of things. I'm not sure what the right word is, but anyways, so there's this laws of the universe that are absolute. And when you consider the laws of there's an absolute action to reaction, and my body's reaction to unhealthy food, too many calories, poor macros, bad microbiome, belly, whatever, and metabolism, all that, everything you can think of is because of what I'm ingesting. So if I just cleanse, reset, figure out what's going on, kind of like reassess and start over, so to speak. I'm not trying to be perfect and think that this is like a yo-yo diet, like, oh, I'm going to do it better next time. It's not that. It's like just cleanse it out, restart, because every time, like, you can restart. It's like cleaning a desk. You're like, okay, cool. It's not like you expect the desk never to be messy again. It's just you just kind of clean up. So that's kind of the foundation of this thinking that I'm thinking. I'm like, there's these absolutes. And then within that, every time you intake something, there's a cost. There's a trade to get the thing. So let's bring this back to minimalism here. So with this cost is you either buy it, you're thinking about it, you're researching it, you're interested in it, you're feeling less than. If you don't have it, you're feeling like excited because you're influenced or impressioned, or you're impressed upon by things of some sort or a solution. And that there's a cost to take it in. So you have to use what you've spent your time on to get the thing. And then once you have it, great, sure. But if you process it, then in this analogy, you have like this processing energy. Like a lot of energy goes into processing, and you use it, and now you have this thing, and it's like it takes up time, it takes up bandwidth. If you say, for instance, get a camera, then you got to get a lens, or maybe an ND filter, or maybe a tripod, and then now you're going to need a better mic because blah 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 blah. And that's the whole, when you buy the ship, you get the shipwreck thing. So you have that like cost, both processing and in it, and then you also have the waste storage, so to speak. Like it's you have to use the energy to get rid of it, okay? Or you store it. That's what the note meant there. So you either have to have more space to store the crap, or you get rid of it, right? So, and both of those have their own costs. So not only did you spend money to get it in, but you're trying to recuperate if you sell it, or you just have a loss if you just throw it out. And you're probably and all the energy that it went in so far. And then if you're doing all this, you have all the removal maintenance, like, okay, now you have a dump sticker or your trash pickup or whatever. It's like all this stuff. Like I'm really good with my trash in general. I have one trash bag every about 2 to 3 weeks. That's really good, and I could probably push that to 4 to 5, because I just don't want that much trash sitting in a bin for that long. So it's not even full thing. It's like a half a bag, and I mean my transfer station's like $10 here in New Hampshire, but it's kind of just this concept of like it just keeps going. As soon as you take something in, there's this chain that just keeps going, and it never gets better as soon as it comes in. So I'm in this mentality of like, why am I taking in anything? I'm just gonna get rid of everything. It doesn't matter. I don't care. I don't even know why I don't want to take it in half the time. I'm like, no, I know it's gonna be better. But I bet you anything, like if I ended up with a perfect amount of minimalism stuff, everything in a backpack, I would sit there and I wouldn't know what to do with my time, and I would feel really strange in a way that I would be like, I don't know why I did this. What do I want to do with myself? And then watch YouTube, which would be another consuming thing. It's very odd how I am, and I think a lot of people are. So that's kind of what I was thinking. I was like all of this consumption to conquer and like, have it and like take it and make it part of you, only to just expel it and then on to the next. It's like I've heard like some fitness people talk about the food journey and everything, and it's like you're a junkie. If you're fat, you're a junkie. You're a food junkie. You can't help it. You're like, oh, I'm ravenous, and I totally identify with that. I'm like, yeah, when I eat, like I have a hard time stopping. If you gave me like a plate of cheese curls or something, I'm gonna eat them. Like I'm a food junkie, and I see it. Like if I get hungry, that hunger is serious, and I can't stop thinking about food. It's like the same as when I was smoking cigarettes. It's like I would get angry if I didn't have it, just because like I wanted to get what I wanted. I had traditions at like times a day that I would smoke, and after this I would do that, and I'd unwind with it or I'd energize with it. Like it's all the same crap. And food, I would say, in a sense, I'm looking at it as a drug, and I'm going to try to clip off what I'm taking in for minimalism. And with the minimalist filter, I want to have it pass through and only kind of get the best of the best. So what I hope to have is after a nice fast is like a nice cleanse, and then have like one or two meals that I just repeat over and over. Really cheap, really clean. Macros are, 33, 33, 33. And yeah, and just maintain that. Then if I ever wanted to go out to eat with a girlfriend or somebody or go to my parents for dinner, it's not a big deal. It's just like, okay, that's one meal. But all the rest are just like peanut butter and jelly or something. I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm thinking. Just it's another spin on the idea of not inputting it in the first place or throwing it through a strainer, filter, whatever. And that be the filter of minimalism. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I hope somebody gets any benefit out of this really weird thought, but this is how I think, like, yeah. So, all right. That's it. All right. Cheers.